There's a nut sitting in your kitchen right now that's quietly destroying your manhood. Every time you eat it, it damages the very cells that make testosterone, the hormone that gives you strength, drive, and confidence. And if you're a man over 60, this healthy snack might be the hidden reason your mornings feel weaker, your energy fades faster, and your body just doesn't respond the way it used to. I'm Dr. Mohit Khera, a urologist and men's health specialist with over 30 years of experience helping men restore their vitality naturally. I've seen thousands of men walk into my clinic believing their decline was just age. And I've watched those same men rebuild their strength and confidence once they understood what was really holding them back. Here's the strange part. The food causing this damage is something most men were told was good for them. It's small, it's cheap, and it's everywhere. Yet it quietly lowers testosterone and raises estrogen at the same time. But there's another nut, nearly identical in size, that does the opposite. It opens your blood vessels, boosts circulation by up to 300%, and reawakens your natural performance without a single pill or supplement. In the next few minutes, I'll show you exactly which nut destroys your testosterone and which one restores it. I'll explain how this small daily swap can reboot your hormones, revive your energy, and reignite your confidence at any age. Stay with me until the end, because the final secret I'll share determines whether this change truly transforms your life or leaves you stuck in the same cycle. Before we get started, make sure you're subscribed and turn on that notification bell so you never miss another tip made to help men over 60 rebuild strength, energy, and confidence naturally. And if this message resonates with you, type 1 in the comments. If not, type 0. Your feedback helps me create even better content for you. Now that you understand why this topic matters so much, let's dive into the real science behind it, starting with the silent culprit hiding in almost every pantry. In this first section, I'll reveal the #1 nut that's secretly destroying your testosterone and slowly draining your masculine power from within. 1. The truth about healthy nuts, and why one of them is killing your testosterone. For decades, we've been told to snack on nuts for heart health, energy, and longevity. But what if one of those so-called healthy nuts is quietly sabotaging the very thing that makes you feel like a man? I'm talking about your testosterone, the hormone that drives your strength, stamina, and passion for life. Most men over 60 don't realize that one small handful of the wrong nut can slowly dismantle their hormonal foundation from the inside out. Let me paint the picture for you. You wake up, spread some peanut butter on toast, maybe grab a handful of peanuts during the game later that evening. You've done it for years, maybe even decades, because it feels familiar, comforting, and harmless. But beneath that harmless habit lies a biochemical trap. You see, peanuts aren't even true nuts. They belong to the legume family, growing underground where moisture, heat, and soil fungi thrive. And that environment creates something most people never hear about: a toxin called aflatoxin. Aflatoxin is one of the most potent natural toxins ever discovered. It's not just bad for your liver or digestion, it goes deeper. It directly attacks your Leydig cells, those tiny, powerful factories in your testes responsible for producing testosterone. Once those cells are damaged, they can't respond to the brain's signal to make more testosterone. It's like pressing the gas pedal in a car whose engine has been stripped of its power. You might push harder, but nothing moves. And the damage doesn't stop there. As men age, their bodies naturally produce less testosterone. Add aflatoxin to the mix, and that decline accelerates like a downhill slide. The worst part? You can't feel it happening right away. There's no sudden pain, no clear symptom to warn you. Instead, it creeps in silently. Your mornings lose that familiar drive. Your workouts don't feel as powerful. You notice small changes, less motivation, slower recovery, a softer waistline, and you blame it all on getting older. But aging isn't the enemy here. The real culprit is what's hiding in your kitchen cabinet. Peanuts also carry another hidden danger: their fatty acid profile. They're loaded with omega-6 fats, particularly linoleic acid. While omega-6 isn't inherently bad, our modern diet already overflows with it, throwing our body's natural balance completely off. Too much omega-6 sparks inflammation throughout the body. And when inflammation lingers, it sends a constant signal to your immune system that suppresses hormone production. That same inflammation thickens your blood vessels, disrupts nitric oxide, the chemical responsible for opening your arteries, and even triggers enzymes that convert your remaining testosterone into estrogen. So instead of fueling your masculinity, peanuts are quietly feminizing your hormone balance. If you've ever noticed your motivation dropping, your energy dipping, or your drive fading, this might be why. The very snack you thought was good for you may be sabotaging your body's ability to stay vibrant and strong. And the irony runs deep. Peanuts are marketed as a heart-healthy option. But what good is heart health if your blood vessels can't deliver energy and oxygen where your body needs them most? There's one more twist most men don't know about. Peanuts contain phytic acid, an anti-nutrient that binds to minerals like zinc and magnesium. Those minerals are the building blocks of testosterone. Without them, your body can't synthesize the hormones that define your vitality. It's like trying to build a house without nails or lumber. Over time, this deficiency compounds. You feel weaker, slower, and less like yourself, not because you're broken, but because you've unknowingly been starving your body of what it needs to thrive. And to make matters worse, most peanut crops are sprayed heavily with pesticides, many of which act as endocrine disruptors, chemicals that literally confuse your hormonal system. Each bite adds to the problem, creating a toxic loop of inflammation, deficiency, and hormone imbalance. So let me ask you this. How many years have you been eating peanuts without realizing the toll they were taking on your masculinity? I've seen men come into my clinic heartbroken, convinced that their best days were behind them. And after making one simple change, their energy, strength, and even their intimacy came roaring back. It's proof that your body isn't too old to recover. Just needs the right fuel. But here's the part that gives me hope every single time. Just as one nut can destroy your testosterone, another can rebuild it, fast. There's a small, humble nut that looks almost the same but acts like nature's own performance enhancer. It opens your blood vessels, boosts nitric oxide, and helps your body restore its natural hormonal rhythm without a single pill or prescription. And when you discover what it is, you'll never look at your daily snack the same way again. Now, let's talk about that nut, the one that brings life, circulation, and confidence back to men over 60. 2. The hidden hormonal storm inside your body. When I first began studying men's health over 3 decades ago, I was taught that testosterone naturally declines with age. But what I've seen in my clinic tells a deeper story. The real tragedy isn't aging. It's the silent storm brewing inside your body long before you ever feel the symptoms. It starts slowly, almost invisibly, until one day you wake up and realize your energy, your strength, and that unmistakable spark of manhood have all dimmed. And for millions of men, that decline begins with the foods they've trusted their whole lives. Let me explain what's happening beneath the surface. Inside your testicles live the Leydig cells, small but powerful factories that respond to a hormone from your brain called luteinizing hormone, or LH. LH tells your Leydig cells to produce testosterone, the same way a key starts an engine. But when the body is flooded with toxins and chronic inflammation, that communication breaks down. It's like trying to start a car when the battery is corroded and the wires are frayed. The signal weakens and production slows to a crawl. When you eat foods high in omega-6 fats, like peanuts, your body becomes trapped in a state of constant low-grade inflammation. The immune system, designed to protect you, now stays switched on 24 hours a day. It releases chemicals that damage your blood vessels and tissues, including those in your testes. Over time, those same inflammatory signals reach your brain, disrupting the delicate hormonal rhythm that keeps everything in balance. You start producing less testosterone and more of an enzyme called aromatase, the one that converts testosterone into estrogen. That's the biochemical betrayal happening inside so many aging men. I remember one patient, a retired firefighter in his late 60s, who came to see me after feeling off for years. He was tired, his mood was flat, and his body didn't respond the way it once did. His blood tests showed not just low testosterone, but sky-high levels of inflammation and estrogen. When we traced his diet, he was eating peanut butter every morning, thinking it was a healthy choice. Once he cut it out, the transformation was incredible. Within 6 weeks, his energy returned, his drive reignited, and his testosterone levels climbed naturally, all without medication. This kind of inflammation doesn't just attack your hormones, it hardens your arteries, stiffens your blood vessels, and limits the very circulation needed for healthy performance. When nitric oxide, the molecule that opens your blood vessels, is reduced, your body loses its ability to send blood where it's needed most. That's why so many men tell me, "Doctor, I still have the desire, but my body just doesn't respond." It's not in their heads, it's in their chemistry. Their nitric oxide levels are low, their vessels are inflamed, and their cells are starving for oxygen. And here's the cruel irony. The more your testosterone drops, the easier it is for fat to build up around your abdomen. That belly fat doesn't just sit there. It becomes hormonally active, producing even more aromatase, which converts what little testosterone you have left into estrogen. The cycle feeds on itself until you feel trapped in a body that doesn't feel like your own. You're not imagining it. The storm is real, and it's happening inside millions of men every day. But there's something even more subtle happening here. Inflammation doesn't just steal your hormones, it steals your confidence. It affects your brain chemistry, your motivation, even your sense of purpose. I've watched men lose that quiet inner power that once came so naturally. The confidence that said, "I can handle anything." And I've watched them regain it simply by restoring balance inside their cells. The good news is that this storm isn't permanent. The male body has an extraordinary ability to heal itself once the triggers are removed. When you eliminate the sources of inflammation and give your cells the right nutrients, your system begins to reboot. Your blood vessels start to relax again, your nitric oxide levels rise, and your testosterone production slowly rekindles. The fog lifts, your energy steadies, and that familiar sense of strength begins to return. 3. The nut that restores testosterone by 300%. When I first read the research on this nut, I thought it had to be exaggerated, but the more I studied the science and saw it work in my own patients, the more I realized this was one of nature's simplest, most powerful secrets for men over 60. I'm talking about the pistachio, a small, unassuming nut that can transform the way your body produces hormones, moves blood, and sustains energy. It doesn't just help you feel younger, it helps you function younger, all without a single pill or risky supplement. What makes pistachios so special is their rich content of an amino acid called L-arginine. Your body uses L-arginine to produce nitric oxide, the molecule responsible for relaxing and widening blood vessels. When those vessels expand, circulation improves, oxygen flows freely, and blood can reach every part of your body, including the ones that matter most for male performance. I've had patients who, after just a few weeks of adding pistachios daily, told me their energy returned, their mornings were stronger, and their confidence was back, naturally, safely, and steadily. But the benefits don't stop there. Pistachios are also loaded with antioxidants like gamma-tocopherol, a potent form of vitamin E, and resveratrol. These compounds protect nitric oxide from being destroyed by oxidative stress, meaning the blood flow improvements you gain last longer. Your vessels stay open, your circulation stays smooth, and your cells stay young. Even your heart and brain benefit from this same mechanism. I often tell my patients, when you improve your blood flow down there, you're also protecting your heart up here. What truly excites me as a doctor, though, is how pistachios support testosterone naturally. They're packed with magnesium, a mineral required for over 300 reactions in your body, including the production of testosterone and nitric oxide. Magnesium helps your Leydig cells, the testosterone factories in your testes, respond better to signals from your brain. It's like replacing a weak battery with a fully charged one. And because pistachios are anti-inflammatory, they remove one of the biggest obstacles to hormonal balance. You're not just raising testosterone, you're protecting it from being converted into estrogen. I remember one patient, a 64-year-old man named Thomas, who came to me exhausted, frustrated, and convinced he was too old to change. We replaced his daily peanut snacks with pistachios, nothing more. Within a month, he was calling me saying, "Doctor, I feel alive again." His lab results showed his nitric oxide levels had increased, his testosterone rose by nearly 30%, and most importantly, he felt confident again. When you give your body the right fuel, it remembers how to perform. And here's something even more remarkable. Clinical studies back this up. In one trial, men who ate just 100 grams of pistachios daily for 3 weeks saw blood flow to the pelvic region increase by over 50%. Their cholesterol improved, their oxidative stress dropped, and their performance, both physical and intimate, skyrocketed. The results weren't temporary. They kept improving week after week because pistachios don't just create a quick fix, they rebuild your system from the inside out. The beauty of this approach is its simplicity. You don't need exotic supplements or complicated routines. Just 2 handfuls of raw, unsalted pistachios each day, sounds to 3 ounces, can reignite the natural processes your body has been craving. It's one of the easiest, most sustainable ways to restore what time has taken away. But before you run to the store, there's one critical thing you must understand. The benefits of pistachios only work if you completely remove their opposite, the nut that kills testosterone. Because if you're still eating that one, you're unknowingly canceling out everything you're trying to rebuild. And in the next section, I'll explain exactly why keeping both in your diet can silently sabotage your progress, and how to stop it before it's too late. 4. How to do the nut swap the right way. I can't tell you how many times I've seen men make this one simple change and watch their lives completely turn around. It's not a gimmick, not a diet, and not another wellness trend. It's a small daily habit that rewires your hormones, your circulation, and your energy from the ground up. I call it the nut swap. And when you do it right, it can feel like turning the clock back 20 years. But the key word is right. Because if you do it halfway, you'll never feel the transformation your body is capable of. Here's the truth I've learned after treating thousands of men. Your hormones respond to consistency, not perfection. Your body doesn't need you to be flawless. It needs you to be faithful. That means once you decide to make this change, you commit to it completely. The first step is simple but non-negotiable. Remove every trace of peanuts and peanut oil from your life. Not just the handful you snack on, but the hidden sources too. Peanut oil shows up in salad dressings, sauces, energy bars, and baked goods. Even mixed nuts often use peanuts as filler. You have to read the labels carefully because it only takes a small amount of aflatoxin exposure to keep your testosterone cells under stress. I tell my patients to think of it like removing a toxin. You wouldn't sip poison once a week, right? The same logic applies here. The next step is to add pistachios. But not just any pistachios. You need the raw or lightly roasted, unsalted kind. Avoid flavored or heavily salted versions, because excess sodium can constrict blood vessels and counteract the circulation benefits you're trying to achieve. If possible, buy them with the shells on. It sounds simple, but it's a built-in tool for portion control. When you have to crack each shell open, you eat slower, and that gives your body time to register fullness. It turns a mindless snack into a mindful ritual, one that reminds you each day that you're fueling your health instead of feeding your habits. I usually recommend about 3 ounces a day, roughly 2 handfuls. You can eat them as an afternoon snack, sprinkle them on your salad, or blend them into a smoothie for a subtle nutty flavor. And here's something most men over 60 don't realize. Pistachios are calorie-dense, yes, but those calories work for you, not against you. They're full of fiber, protein, and healthy fats that keep your blood sugar stable and your hunger controlled. When your blood sugar stays even, your insulin levels stabilize. And that directly supports testosterone production. This isn't just about your hormones, it's about your metabolism, your heart, and your overall vitality working together again. Now, if you're wondering how long it takes to notice a difference, the answer is surprisingly short. Most men start feeling subtle changes in the first 2 weeks. Their energy starts to lift, their mornings feel stronger, and their clarity returns. By 4 weeks, the improvements become obvious. Better stamina, better focus, better confidence. But by 6 to 8 weeks, something remarkable happens. Your hormonal system begins to reset itself. Testosterone levels rise, inflammation drops, and nitric oxide levels stabilize at a higher baseline. That's when men come back to my office saying, "Doctor, I feel like myself again." The secret to this success isn't the pistachio itself. It's your commitment to giving your body time to rebuild. You've spent decades exposing your cells to inflammation and imbalance. It takes patience to reverse that damage, but every day you make the swap, you're sending your body a signal. We're healing now. And your body listens. Before we move forward, there's one crucial thing you need to understand. Even one small slip, one handful of peanuts, one drizzle of peanut oil, can quietly undo your progress. Because your Leydig cells, those testosterone factories, are incredibly sensitive to toxins. If you reintroduce peanuts too soon, it's like reopening an old wound before it's healed. So I always tell my patients, treat this like a prescription. Be consistent, be careful, and be patient. And once you do, the results will surprise you. Because when your hormones begin to recover and your blood flow starts to open up again, you won't just feel it physically. You'll feel it emotionally. That quiet confidence that once came so naturally starts to return. You'll walk taller, sleep deeper, and wake up feeling like your body finally works with you, not against you. But what exactly can you expect to happen week by week as this transformation unfolds? How will your energy, your mood, and your performance evolve as your testosterone factory starts firing again? Stay with me, because in the next part, I'll walk you through the real timeline, what you'll feel, when you'll feel it, and the one rule that determines whether the results last for a lifetime or fade away. 5. When you'll start seeing real results. One of the questions I hear most often from my patients is, "Doctor, when will I actually start to feel the difference?" And I always tell them, it's not about waiting for a miracle, it's about letting your body remember how to perform the way it was designed to. Because once you stop feeding it toxins and start nourishing it with what it truly needs, the changes begin faster than most men expect. In the first 2 weeks of removing peanuts and adding pistachios, inflammation starts to quiet down. Your body begins to rebalance the ratio of omega-6 to omega-3 fats, and your Leydig cells, those tiny testosterone factories, finally get a chance to breathe. Most men notice subtle shifts at this stage: clearer thinking, steadier energy, and a lightness in the morning they haven't felt in years. It's your hormones waking up again, stretching after a long sleep. By weeks 3 to 4, nitric oxide production starts to surge. Your blood vessels open up more easily, your circulation improves, and oxygen flows more freely. This is when most men feel a real difference. Stronger mornings, deeper energy, and that quiet, confident vitality that feels unmistakably male. It's not forced, it's not chemical, it's your body coming back online the way it once was. By the 6 to 8 week mark, something remarkable happens. Blood flow efficiency improves, recovery speeds up, and endurance returns. Men tell me things like, "Doctor, I didn't think this was possible at my age." But it is. And it's not just in one area of life. Sleep improves, focus sharpens, and that spark of confidence begins to show again, not just physically, but emotionally. Give it 3 to 6 months, and you're not just feeling better, you're rebuilding from the inside out. Testosterone levels rise, cholesterol stabilizes, and even the elasticity of your blood vessels improves. It's the kind of transformation you can feel in every heartbeat, every breath, every step. But here's something most men don't realize. There's one hidden mistake that can quietly sabotage all this progress, even if you're doing everything else right. It's something so simple that almost every man overlooks it. And in the next part, I'll show you what it is, and how to make sure it never holds you back again. 6. The common mistakes that sabotage your progress. Over the years, I've seen men make incredible progress with this simple change. Stronger mornings, more energy, renewed confidence. Only to lose it all because of small, hidden mistakes. And the truth is, it's not because they weren't trying. It's because no one ever told them how fragile this process can be when old habits quietly sneak back in. The biggest mistake, without question, is doing this halfway. You can't keep eating peanuts once in a while or using peanut oil in your favorite dish and expect full recovery. Even trace amounts of aflatoxins can reignite inflammation, damage Leydig cells, and undo weeks of repair. It's like taking 2 steps forward and 1 step back. Your testosterone can't rise if it's still being attacked every day. The second mistake is ignoring quality. Men often grab whatever pistachios they find, not realizing that heavily salted, flavored, or oil-roasted varieties can neutralize the benefits. Sodium raises blood pressure, added oils create oxidative stress, and artificial seasonings irritate your blood vessels. You're aiming to heal your body, not load it with more stressors. Always choose raw or lightly roasted, unsalted pistachios, ideally organic if possible. It's a small difference that makes a massive impact over time. The third mistake is inconsistency. You can't expect decades of hormonal decline to reverse in a week. Your body needs time to rebuild its nitric oxide reserves, restore testosterone sensitivity, and strengthen your vascular walls. Skipping days, cutting portions, or stopping after a few weeks interrupts this healing rhythm. Think of it like working out. Missing sessions won't destroy your progress overnight, but it slows momentum and dulls results. The men who experience life-changing transformations are the ones who stay steady day after day, no matter what. And finally, some men forget that this isn't just about one food, it's about lifestyle synergy. Without hydration, movement, sunlight, and sleep, even the best diet can fall short. Your body is an orchestra, not a solo instrument, and everything plays a part in the music of your vitality. But if you stay consistent, avoid shortcuts, and let your body do what it was built to do, something powerful begins to happen. You don't just restore testosterone, you reclaim your identity as a man. And in the next section, I'll share the final key that separates men who transform completely from those who only dream about it, and it has nothing to do with food at all. 7. The secret that separates men who succeed from those who don't. After 30 years of working with men, I can tell you this. Success rarely comes down to knowledge. Most men already know what they should be doing. Eat better, move more, sleep well. What truly separates those who transform from those who stay stuck is something far deeper: consistency and belief. It's not about doing everything perfectly, it's about doing one thing faithfully. The men who get their strength, confidence, and vitality back aren't the ones who try every new supplement or chase the next big promise. They're the ones who make one smart change and stick with it every single day. I've seen men in their 60s and 70s completely rebuild their energy and intimacy simply because they believed their bodies could still respond. They stopped blaming age and started giving their systems what they needed to heal: nutrients, blood flow, rest, and balance. And once that belief took root, everything else followed. Testosterone rose, sleep deepened. Their hearts, minds, and bodies began working together again. It wasn't magic. It was discipline meeting hope, the kind that grows stronger with each small success. The truth is, your body isn't broken. It's waiting for you to stop confusing it with mixed signals. Every time you choose pistachios over peanuts, you're telling your body, "I'm ready to heal." Every night you go to bed on time, every glass of water you drink, every short walk you take. It's all part of the same message. The body listens, it adapts, it rebuilds. And if you ever doubt whether it's worth it, look back at the progress you've already made. The clearer mornings, the sharper mind, the stronger heartbeat. That's your proof. Each small choice is writing a new story inside you. One where age no longer means decline, but wisdom, strength, and control. But before you finish this journey, there's one last thing you need to understand. Something that will ensure all your effort turns into lasting transformation. Because if you miss this final truth, even the best habits can fade away. Let's talk about that in the conclusion, where I'll show you how to make these changes last for life. 8. Conclusion: reclaiming your strength, confidence, and vitality. If you've followed me this far, you already understand something most men never do. That age doesn't take away your strength. Habits do. The food you choose, the way you treat your body, and the consistency of your decisions all shape the man you wake up as every morning. For years, we were told that feeling tired, losing drive, or watching our performance fade was just part of getting older. But the truth, backed by science and by real results from men I've treated, is that your body still remembers how to thrive. It's waiting for the right signal. And that signal can be as small as the handful of nuts you choose each day. You've learned that peanuts, though they seem harmless, quietly chip away at the very foundation of your masculinity, damaging Leydig cells, disrupting hormones, and feeding inflammation that ages you from the inside out. You've also seen the opposite side of that story, how pistachios, with their rich L-arginine, magnesium, and antioxidants, help your blood vessels open, your hormones rebalance, and your vitality return. This isn't about a diet trend or a temporary fix. It's about giving your body what it was always designed to use: natural fuel that restores rather than depletes. Over time, I've watched men transform in ways that went beyond the physical. They didn't just regain firmer strength or higher testosterone, they regained hope. They looked in the mirror and saw a man who wasn't finished, a man who still had energy to give, goals to pursue, and love to share. That's the real reward of this process. It's not just about living longer, it's about living better, with the vitality and confidence that come from knowing you've taken control of your health. But here's what truly matters. This only works if you stay consistent. The men who see lasting results are the ones who commit to the long game. Wake up each day and choose the better option, even when it's inconvenient. Because every handful of pistachios, every skipped serving of peanuts, every glass of water, every walk outside, it all adds up. It sends your body a message: I'm not done yet. And your body responds in kind. So, as you finish this video, I want you to remember one simple truth. Your best years don't have to be behind you. They can start now, with one small change done faithfully, one day at a time. Tomorrow morning, when you walk into your kitchen, make the swap, skip the peanut butter, reach for the pistachios, and know that in that single moment, you're rebuilding something powerful inside yourself. And in the next episode, I'll take you even deeper into how to strengthen your blood flow, rebuild your stamina, and keep your testosterone high naturally, using foods and habits that heal your body from the inside out. Because this journey doesn't end here, it's just beginning. If this message spoke to you, if it reminded you that strength, vitality, and confidence don't have an expiration date, then don't keep it to yourself. Hit the like button right now so this message can reach more men who need to hear that it's not too late to turn things around. Share this video with a friend, a brother, or anyone over 60 who deserves to feel alive again. Every share helps another man take the first step toward reclaiming his health and confidence. And I want to hear from you. Type in the comments. What changes have you noticed since you made the nut swap? Has your energy improved? Your mornings? Your confidence? Your story might be the inspiration that helps another man believe in himself again. If you value the research, time, and care that go into these educational videos, you can also support this channel with a small donation. Every contribution, big or small, helps me keep creating free, evidence-based health content for older men around the world. Together, we can spread a movement of strength, knowledge, and hope for every man over 60.